lighting people, if you've been in the lighting industry any period of time, certainly you're familiar with Dallas Market Center. Maybe you've attended Lightovation, a semi-annual trade show that focuses on residential lighting, interior design, decor, and furniture. And this year, Dallas Market Center, the host of Lightovation, is hosting a new trade show that we're going to learn more about. It's called ArchLIGHT Summit, and it's in September. So we thought it would be a good idea to catch up with Laura Van Zeyl, the person in charge of all the lighting and the lighting events at Dallas Market Center. Laura, hello, and thank you for joining us today for 5 Big Questions.
Thank you for having me, Al. Hello, everyone.
Good to have you here, Laura. And when I first attended Dallas Market Center for one of the past trade shows years ago, I was expecting to walk into another cavernous convention center. And instead I found something that was much more appointed, more kind of like a multi-level shopping mall minus the Cinnabon. And it was really a great experience hopping from vignette to vignette and room to room to experience the different lighting and other interior products that are on display there. So for those who haven't been, how would you describe the mission or the facility of Dallas Market Center?
Yeah, so our campus encompasses 3 permanent exhibit buildings plus a convention hall totaling 5 million square feet. And 1 million square feet of that is devoted to lighting resources. Dallas Market Center is actually the busiest open daily design center in the country, welcoming about 3,500 interior designers each month, in addition to our trade shows that draw about 200,000 visitors across a variety of industries, including lighting. I think your mall analogy is a great way to describe it, because it's a number of permanent storefronts for each brand that can range in size from just a few hundred square feet to more 4,000 square feet. The American Lighting Association actually also headquarters in our World Trade Center building, and we share a meeting and seminar space with ALA in our Trademark building called the Smart Center, and that plays host to their 4-day intensive residential lighting training course each year.
Sounds like a lot going on, and certainly it's not just for a 2 or 3 day event. It's a year-round venue that adds value in many different ways. And when you consider the event side of it, though, the Lightovation for the lighting people that are in our audience, so it's a semi-annual event. Tell us more about the type of people who attend Lightovation and what they would see there.
Yeah, Lightovation is the largest residential lighting show in the Western Hemisphere, and it serves as the primary buying event for retailers of lighting products throughout North America. So that's why it takes place twice a year, both in January and June, to accommodate the need for fresh merchandise in these retail environments, since consumers always want the latest trends and technologies. So lighting retailers are definitely the main audience for Lightovation, but since Lightovation really offers an unparalleled breadth of options for all types of lighting throughout the home, whether it's indoor or outdoor, decorative or architectural, plus light sources, controls, smart and connected lighting systems, and the largest selection of ceiling fans that you'll find anywhere. So really any trade professional that does residential projects and takes lighting seriously is coming to Lightovation to make sure they're offering the best solutions for their clients.
Excellent. And when we think about your experience in hosting events like that, something tells me over your shoulder that there's an upcoming event later this fall. ArchLIGHT Summit is how we pronounce it, I'm told. So tell me more about ArchLIGHT Summit and why the industry needs this show.
Yes, that's right. So it's September 21st and 22nd. We will be hosting the first ArchLIGHT Summit, which is a commercial lighting event for the lighting design, interior design, architectural, and specification communities. And although Lightovation is definitely a residentially focused event, almost 1/3 of our exhibitors there actually cross over into the commercial space, or they have sister brands that do. So we already have a foothold in that space. And now with ArchLIGHT Summit, we have a platform of temporary exhibits that will be located in the Trademark building, the same building as Lightovation, to accommodate brands that are entirely commercial and wouldn't have a reason to participate in Lightovation. So we're going to keep the focus on the temporary booths for the expo portion of this event, but also give attendees the opportunity to explore really truly inspirational permanent exhibits of participating exhibitors during an opening night hospitality event. And some permanent exhibitors are also hosting CEUs in their showroom alongside our programming in the Smart Center and other locations.
No, that's great. And what you mentioned about crossover is so true. I was expecting my first visit there to be just a lot of like crystal chandeliers, but even though there are some of those on display, there was a lot of stuff that would look great in a commercial lobby or hospitality or other Fortune 500 type office, Class A office space. So certainly the crossover makes sense, especially with the list of exhibitors that will be exhibiting at both events. And when you look at the agenda for ArchLIGHT Summit, there's a lot of things on there that we don't typically see at lighting conferences. Tell us more about that.
Yeah, I really have to credit our advisory board with guiding us as our programming for the first ArchLIGHT Summit came together. One of the ways they advised us to approach our event differently was to bring in diverse voices and address topics of diversity and inclusion and how they relate to our disciplines. For example, we have a panel from Smith Group coming in to talk about their JEDI program for justice, equity, diversity, and inclusion, and how firms can meaningfully incorporate these concepts. And we also have a panel representing queer perspectives in lighting and design. And we have sessions focused on personal and business development, in addition to lighting application topics that you would expect from a lighting trade show. We also have some exciting interactive sessions and hands-on learning opportunities where groups of participants can create an intelligent lighting system or understand color rendition with a live demonstration so that the concepts really come to life or to light. We have almost 30 learning opportunities over the course of the 2 days, and the expo portion of the event is free, and registration for all sessions is just $50.
Excellent. Sounds like a good value. And when we think about the last year or so of having an event space like you do, certainly, COVID has impacted businesses all over in all different sectors. So people in lighting know that it's impacted our business, but if you're in an event space that relies on live in-person meetings, that's had a big impact. But you folks have actually had events there, and even were featured in a Forbes article the headline was something along the lines of, the show goes on for Dallas Market Center. So how'd you folks pull that off? And how does pandemic preparedness affect the upcoming shows that you have?
Yeah, we could not have predicted when we announced plans for ArchLIGHT Summit last year that we would be the first in-person commercial lighting event in almost 2 years. But we've remained open daily as a design center, and we've hosted more than 20 events since June 2020, have 30 events planned for 2021. Really the key to our success with hosting safe and productive events throughout fluctuating and unpredictable COVID conditions has been our ability to control the circumstances on our property. We own our facility. We're not reliant on a third-party convention center or a hotel ballroom to allow our events to take place, or to entrust them to execute the proper health and safety protocols on our behalf. Our atrium style buildings have really wide open common areas that are conducive to social distancing. And we continued to adhere to CDC guidelines even as local mandates became more relaxed. And now with Texas second in the nation in terms of vaccination rates and 40th out of 50 states for new COVID cases, new guidelines are actually allowing us to lift face covering requirements for vaccinated visitors in our buildings at the upcoming Lightovation show, June 23rd to 26th. We can't predict the exact conditions that will be present for the ArchLIGHT Summit in September, but certainly the national trajectory looks very promising. And because we have been able to host events in all conditions, we're confident in our ability to deliver a safe live event for everyone, regardless of the circumstances. So we look forward to hosting everyone in Dallas.
Excellent. Well, we look forward to seeing you either in June or in September or both. And Laura, I learned a lot here. Thank you so much for enlightening us on Dallas Market Center and its contributions to helping the lighting community convene, get together, become educated, and become aware of what's out there from a lighting technology standpoint. So thank you today for joining us for 5 big questions.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Hey there, we really enjoyed that discussion. We hope that you did as well. Be sure to click that big LED logo next to me, and what that'll do is subscribe you to our YouTube channel so you don't miss the next 5 Big Questions interview. And YouTube subscribers always receive an early preview to the next interview before we even post it on the Inside Lighting website. Thanks, and we'll see you next time.